The Pause to Remember project has brought together 130 people, including residents, volunteers, artists and historians, to celebrate and reflect on Glapwell's rich history. Throughout today, we've had loads of different activities, and visitors of all ages have taken part in workshops led by artist Lucy Maycock to create pieces and provide inspiration. Today's also featured local history talks, craft activities, memory sharing stations and poetry, and people have contributed personal stories and photos about everything from archaeological digs at the Glapwell Hall to childhood memories of village life.
Before being a village, it was more of a manorial estate, which Glapwell Hall comes into. Trying to spread as much information as we can, and communicating with the locals and trying to get across to people how amazing this little village is, and certainly in a historical standpoint.
There's a bit of floor inside the fireplace there, and you can see how this is actually stone, but you can see how red it is. And that's the heat from the fire that's effectively burned.
I was the archaeologist for an excavation on the site of Glapwell Hall as part of, development. Was there. The earliest one we've got documented as having definitely been there was probably sort of late medieval or early post-medieval. That got mostly knocked down, but there was a bit that was left up that then got knocked down much later, and we were able to dig up that bit that had survived from the original period.
All of these memories, I think, are so incredibly valuable. I think we should take that little bit of extra time to listen to a neighbour over the garden fence and hear the stories of the local past. And I think that's what events like this try to do.
Yeah, so Linda and I lived very close together. We played together as children on Rowthorne Lane and Sycamore Avenue, playing cricket,
rounders
in the middle of the road, as we did in those days.
And spinny tops,
roller skates, and we're called the Glapwell Girls on our WhatsApp group, because that's what we were.
My husband and I moved here, and we were just amazed at how friendly people were in Glapwell. I think one of my fondest memories was when we got the Island Colliery Band to come to the community centre for the first Christmas.
I already met two gentlemen. One gentleman walked in and looked at my photos and he said, "That's my dad."
Because in Hardwick, I would say there must have been about 30 families, if not more.
Yes, that's right.
At the camp. And like I say, whenever we meet up now of our generation, and there's not many of us left now, it really is a very sentimental thing, and a very, yes, and it's touching, very touching, yes.
Yeah. That's it, and we also have an infinity with Hardwick. Hardwick's like a second home. There's a lot of Polish people that would come back, I remember Mrs. Kosowska saying to me when one of the men that used to were at the camp, and he wanted to see the camp, and when he went up to the fence to view where it was, they were in tears. Because there was nothing there. And he had memories, and he had memories, and it was quite touching.
This Pause to Remember event is a moment in history. It's adding to and celebrating a long legacy of projects exploring Glapwell's important local history and the community's long-standing interest in their local heritage.